What's up, guys? I'm just playing with this live stream on Studio. I wanted to do a stream about Neville Goddard. He's getting very popular on YouTube. I don't know if you noticed that, but I just wanted to talk about who Neville Goddard is, how I got into him, where I first heard of him. I actually heard of him in two books. One was a book by Joe Vitale. I think it was Attractor Factor years ago, um, because I was into that. You learn about law of attraction, secret. You want to read all the authors of the secret, which I did. I downloaded all the anything that was about quantum physics, law of attraction, Abraham Hicks, all the motivational, positive, inspirational books on Audible. So I have about 800 books, 700 books. Then he came up again. Neville Goddard came up again in a book by Wayne Dyer, the late Wayne Dyer who died, Wishes Fulfilled. He talks about him a lot. He actually talks about two people in that book. U.L.S. Anderson, the author, Three Magic Words and The Magic in Your Mind, also a great author. Neville Goddard, and I think he's getting more attention now. I think his philosophies in timing to why people are getting to know more about awareness, consciousness. It's like a puzzle. Like when you get into this, authors like Neville, you go through like a mind map of so many paths, which you can go through the personal development path. You can go through more the esoteric path on the philosophy side of it. Also the Bible path, because I was listening to another author, Emmett Fox, and I was listening to it a long time ago. I'm like, I don't understand all these quotes in the Bible. I never really was into the Bible until Neville Goddard was kind of like decoding the process. I was like, it's a codex. It's like, when you kind of line up ideas and you have a theory that, the Bible is actually a codex to, it's breaking it down. It's like someone put it there. We don't know. It's definitely not a history book, but if it's more of a history of knowing yourself. And, you go through the books like Kabbalion. There's you go through that route, the Law of One. You go through Seth. So you kind of like spread yourself to understand and kind of distill a concept or an essence. And more people are just posting about in these Neville Goddard, chat groups and Facebook groups. And I've never seen so many people engage compared to, there's Joseph Murphy, of course. So all these authors kind of distill, it kind of points and ends for me. I don't know for you, that Neville Goddard was more of the, I think, recent one compared to Earl Nightingale. But just giving some, thought about Neville Goddard is you hear stuff like that and people are waking up to it and people like resonating. So there's my dog Truffles. And you start to think, wait, people are getting a lot of results. And I think that's why he is becoming more and more in the hashtags and the, Instagram quotes, Facebook quotes. You'll see Neville Goddard. You usually see other people like Christian D. Larson, Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill. But I think Neville was, coming out of the woodwork. So why is he actually getting more attention? Again, I think with his technique and the community talking about it, a lot of YouTube channels that talk about it, and they're kind of breaking down the philosophy. Even Reverend Ike, I'm a big fan of Reverend Ike. He has similar, like, like before I was like, well, why are they saying Bible quotes? What's a connection? And it kind of breaks it down to where you're thinking of the nature of reality, how things, people I know understand the law of attraction, but what is the ecosystem of the law of attraction? It seems like you're running on some type of algorithm or some type of system or ecosystem that can be a simulation, that everything is one, everything is connected, and somehow it locks into your connects to your imagination. So people putting those dots together, it's fascinating to me. People are more engaged. People are getting traction. People are getting results. But we're living in a special time where, you know, consciousness is now becoming a hot topic. I think I was watching Joe Rogan. He was talking to Steve Aoki about it. It's talking to every probably host of Joe Rogan. We'll talk about consciousness, time travel, you know, some type of awareness of simulation. Or so for me, it's a beautiful time to be in this space. Back then, we didn't have technology, and technology is definitely accelerating the awareness, not only the intellect, but the education about knowing more about the true nature, I think, of reality. But yeah, if you guys are listening to Neville and you're also into like the law of attraction and you try the techniques, you're able to test it. I was actually more fascinated because the things that were Neville was teaching, I was already somehow subconsciously doing it before, but I didn't know the mechanisms. I didn't know the terminology. I didn't have enough experience. But I think that's really how you get more awareness, is through experience and doing things in certain stages of your life and saying, wait, with Neville, there seems to be more accuracy when you go through this type of following or this type of belief system, because, you know, law of attraction is like, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. So, and you're like, oh, what happened? It's like, oh, well, you know, clearly God didn't want it for you, or like you make up excuses in your head. But it seems to be more about the subconscious mind, you accepting it and being on that vibration, frequency, tapping into that parallel multiverse. But definitely imagination seems to kind of like snap you into that realm or dimension, whether if it was worry driven or intentionally driven. But it's interesting to see, you know, YouTubers like there's some good ones like the Nevolution channel, Joseph Ally. I just saw Joseph Rodriguez, and, you know, some good ones. It's interesting. So I'd love to see more people talk about your experience, how you applied it. I feel like I've never heard this before. People always trying to attract an SB, a specific person. I would use more of these concepts on anything, but yeah, meeting people, meeting the wrong people too. I think that people, you're in a world of duality, but there is no good and there's no bad. There's truths and half truths. But knowing that life is experienced in a linear fashion, you know, your memory, but your reality is actually such more complicated and much more supernatural. And I think that's where Neville really knocks it off, you know, knocks it out of the park with that. But people who enjoy Neville Goddard, you know, please engage. Just want to say what's up and testing the stream. Have a great day.